Hello everyone, welcome back to Madridista Notes. Really historic night at the Anfield for Real Madrid. We totally demolished this Liverpool side at the Anfield. I don't think many people expected this kind of a match. My prediction was a 2-2. I didn't really know how to predict this game because this Liverpool team has been poor this season so far, but it's Liverpool and it's the Champions League where the giants of football clash, Real Madrid and Liverpool. Thank you, Ayush. It was a really magnificent match to watch. It was just like when we started the match and how it started after conceding in the first after the first 3 minutes, and it came from a little bit of lack of concentration in the defensive side and a brilliant ball played by Mohamed Salah. To be honest, that was a brilliant ball played, and not many defenses will be able to take care of it. While the finish from Darwin Nunez was world class, it is a highlight reel kind of finish, and this is a finish that will go down in his career against Real Madrid. What a finish! There was not much of a chance for Courtois in that first goal. Burn down the Anfield pitch, Hala Madrid. Yeah, we really did. I really didn't expect this kind of result tonight. It was really highly surprising result because we have been having up and downs of ourselves. We play good in some matches and then we drop down a little bit. But in Champions League, Real Madrid always, most of the time, to be honest, I cannot say 100% of the time, but most of the time, Real Madrid fans, Real Madrid players, Real Madrid management, everyone, that Real Madrid institution, our institution is totally up for it. So this match, after that first goal and the second goal that Liverpool scored, that was really silly from Thibaut Courtois. We were taking a little bit complicated approach in the beginning of the match. We didn't settle down well. We were having trouble retaining the ball, passing the ball out from the back. Liverpool were pressing us well, and we were losing the ball really in dangerous position just outside our box. Camavinga slipped a couple of times, lost the ball. There was Rudiger, there was Militao, Carvajal. So it was not having the best of time in the first 15 minutes of the match. And after that, terrible mistake from Thibaut Courtois when we went 2-0 down. Still, there wasn't it. I didn't feel like we were in really huge trouble. 2-0, of course, but this Liverpool team so far this season has given every single opposition they have faced enough opportunities to score against them. So as soon I was waiting for us to get back into the match, one goal, and we would be able to get back into the match. After the early jitters and died down, after the atmosphere in the Liverpool Anfield Stadium calmed down a little bit, that Vinicius goal was something just pure. It was just pure personal. It was something I think he has got that confidence after the final last season Champions League. He was really confident going into this match against Liverpool. You could see he was the one who was the driving force in the beginning of the match when we were a little bit on the back foot. And that was a totally individual brilliance moment from Vinicius. He got that shot off when he was being surrounded by three players. There was Trent, there was, I think, Van Dijk, there was another Liverpool defender there, and he got that shot off in between those three players, and it was a really magnificent shot. Alisson had no chance, so after 20 minutes of gameplay, we were back into the game. After Vinicius scored that goal, we were back into the game, and you could see that Real Madrid needed that goal to get back into the game. We um, First time I heard and feel this much silent in my whole football watching period. Only Aramek can do this. I love although tag us as an underdog. Yeah, that was really after the second half started and when Militao scored that goal. From that point on, Liverpool was totally there for the taking. But let's not get ahead. After that first goal, that individual brilliance moment from Vinicius, that second goal from Real Madrid was comical, just like Thibaut Courtois. Alisson made a huge blunder, hit it directly at Vinicius, and it was a lucky break for us going into that first half, second half with the score level. That was a huge confidence booster for us, and I think that played a huge part in how we came out from the blocks in the second half. In the second half, Vinicius again back to his best, dribbling away. Gomez had to foul him to stop. Then Modric with the corner in from a really dangerous position, and Militao perfectly executed by Militao header. We go ahead into the match 3-2, and from there on, this Liverpool team was totally there for the taking. You can see how they were approaching the game after that. They didn't have that ferocious pressing system, the Gengen pressing. After we go went ahead in the second half, they couldn't really put into that pressing scheme as well as they did in the first 15 minutes of the match. And from there on, we totally dominated throughout the second half. I didn't feel threatened by Liverpool even one bit. It was like we were gonna see out this match, and after that third goal, I felt that yeah, we can get the fourth one. And I can tell you that when I was doing the watch along, I was waiting for that fourth one, and that fourth one came from a really good gameplay down that right hand side through Rodrigo, and combination between Rodrigo and Benzema. Then Benzema gets his shot off, takes a huge deflection of Gomez, so Alisson has no chance. We go ahead 4-2. After that, I was thinking we can get one more. We definitely can get one more. This Liverpool defense is nowhere near secure enough to keep this Real Madrid team away from the score sheet. And lo and behold, our vital interception tackle challenge from Kamavinga. From there, Modric running away with the ball while totally not caring about the challenge from Bazetic, even though Bazetic was a really having a great, I would say not a great, but a really good match so far. He was one of the brightest spots for this Liverpool team. And from there, the counter attack, it was a really old. I certainly remember the old times under Jose Mourinho when we used to have those quick counters. Modric to Benzema, and Benzema, how he totally made Alisson eat grass, totally went um, away from him. And then I really cannot say how exquisite that fifth goal was. It was just a goal worthy of Benzema, just like his idol Ronaldo Fenomeno, how he used to score those goals after going around the goalkeepers. But Benzema only didn't go around Alisson and made him look like an ordinary goalkeeper. There were three other defenders he had to beat to get that shot inside in that Liverpool goal, and he did it. He did it with a cool as you like finish. So Benzema scored his second goal of the match and got us to the scoreline that is 5-2. After that, Real Madrid mostly cruised through this match. I think Ancelotti didn't want to really press much for the sixth one. He wanted to keep the scoreline as it is for Liverpool at the very least, and if there is any chance for going on a quick counter or if any mistakes from Liverpool arises, then why not? We can get the sixth goal. But we didn't really go on the offensive for the sixth one, and I think that was a good uh, strategy, good tactics from Ancelotti. It was more important to preserve this three-goal lead than going for that sixth one. And the second leg, we will be playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. And with this kind of healthy lead, everyone in the whole world will be expecting Real Madrid to go through, but I would say we should be really cautious. Remember last season we played magnificent football against Chelsea in the quarterfinal first leg. We totally demolished them in the first leg, but in the second leg at the Bernabeu, Chelsea came back with a vengeance. They tied the score line, and then we had to do some late heroics to win that tie in the end. So even though we have a healthy three-goal lead right now, I wouldn't be too confident of that the tie is already finished. Real Madrid needs to be really cautious in the second half. We need to keep Liverpool away from scoring as long as possible. We cannot let them get into the match as early like this match. We need to keep Liverpool away from the score sheet. If Ancelotti goes for a boring nil-nil, I will have no problem. We just need to finish this tie after doing such great work in the first leg. We just need to see it out. Let's go through the player ratings of Real Madrid. Here in the fourth move app, Courtois has got a 4.7, and I think that's a fair ratings. For me, I would give Courtois a 5. For the first goal, Courtois, I don't think he has anything he can do. That was a world class finish, really techy finish from Darwin Nunes. For the second goal, of course, it was 100% on Courtois, and if you give away that kind of goal, that kind of mistake, your ratings are gonna be bad. Carvajal again had a horrid time in that right side of defense against Nunes. It was such a mismatch against Nunes. If I lived in Madrid, I would have burst firecrackers at Liverpool players' hotel rooms doorsteps. I don't think we need to do it, Ayush, because it totally backfires. Remember, the PSG fans did it last season. It didn't matter. We win. We win on the field. We win on the field. We do not really pay the vice presidents of referee associations or something like that, technical committee like Barcelona, we are Real Madrid. We win on the pitch. We do our talking on the pitch. We don't need to pay referees. We don't need to put firecrackers outside Liverpool's hotel and stuff like that. We do our talking on the pitch, and that's why we have the most European titles. We have the most La Liga titles. So even if when people do this kind of stupid stuff and illegal stuff, they can do it, but we will keep winning, inshallah. Just want to hear what Jamie Carragher has to say now. Jamie Carragher, McMahon, Michael Owen, these former Liverpool players and shameless players who played for Real Madrid too, like Steve McMahon and Michael Owen, they are always so much shit talking about Real Madrid, and I hope they keep doing it because I feel like as soon as they stop and start praising us, it might backfire on us. As long as they keep slandering us and saying all kinds of negative stuff about us, I'm happy. As long as we win on the pitch, they can do talk as much shit. I don't care. I don't really care that how much shit they talk about. Yeah, and yeah, the player ratings. So Carvajal was having a really terrible time on that right hand side against Nunes. It was a total mismatch. Nunes is fast, he is tall, he is good on the air, and Carvajal couldn't really cope at it. And there was an incident, if you remember, in the match where Carvajal pushed Nunes a little bit on the back while Nunes was contesting for a header. If this was La Liga with the soft La Liga referees, that would have been definite penalty. They would have gone to the VAR and they would have whistled for a penalty. Carvajal has this kind of brain fart moments a lot of times when he cannot cope against this kind of fast pacey wingers, or when he cannot cope on air, he does some really stupid stuff. So he gets a 6 from me. Militao and Rudiger has been excellent. To be honest, Militao has been the rock at the back, and he totally changed the course of the match in the second half with that goal. He gets an 8 from me. Rudiger has been all right in defense. He is assured. He hasn't really made any mistakes, and he has been reliable this match. He has been physical. He dealt with Salah a lot when Alaba was struggling a lot, and Nacho couldn't deal with him all the time. Rudiger dealt him with him well, so he gets a 7 from me. One infinity later, still waiting for Salah's revenge. Hopefully, the Liverpool fans and Salah keeps waiting for their revenge, and we keep winning against them. Liverpool fans, right now, hopefully, inshallah, when we finish the second, uh, if we finish the second leg positively and we win, they will be terrified of Real Madrid in Europe. So yeah, long may it continue, inshallah. And Alaba before he got subbed off was having a real terrible time too against Salah on this left hand side of our defense. Salah was getting the better of him every single time. Salah was getting past him, dribbling past him. It was just like Alaba wasn't even there, and a little bit disappointing performance from Alaba. I don't know if he was 100% fit or not, so I think he gets 5 from me. Camavinga, Valverde, Modric has been excellent in midfield. In the beginning of the match, really, they couldn't get a hold of that midfield that well. We couldn't get our footing on the match, but as the match progressed, they grew into the match. They became better and better. Valverde, Modric, and Camavinga started dominating, and that's how the second half was 100% Real Madrid. We dominated that midfield. We dominated Liverpool throughout the 45 minutes. So Kamavinga was excellent once more. His rich vein of form continues. He has been playing gr- really magnificent wherever Ancelotti has appointed him. So Kamavinga gets an 8 from me. Valverde gets a 7.5 from me, and Modric gets an 8 from me as well. What a goal line clearing by Militao Beast mode. I think Carvajal was the one who blocked it too. But yeah, that was really great. Militao is a rock. Militao is the best defender of Real Madrid this season. No question about it. Most underrated player for Real Madrid was Nacho today. He was blessing in disguise. He is ever reliable, Nacho. He is always ever reliable. He never disappoints. He gives it his all. He is defensively so assured. He is defensively so reliable. When Alaba got substituted, I was relieved to see Nacho coming on because Alaba was getting torn apart by Salah on that left hand side. So when Nacho came on, I got more relaxed because he is defensively solid, he's defensively sound, and I felt like he would be able to deal with Salah a lot better than Alaba had been doing. And you could see after Nacho came on, Salah couldn't do what he was doing against Alaba, and Salah's impact in the game decreased little by little. So Nacho gets 7 from me. Modric an 8. Benzema gets the 9 from me. Benzema with his brace. Benzema is inevitable. He is right now Mr. Champions League for Real Madrid. He turns up in every single knockout tie. He was the one who was totally, we he put Real Madrid on his back throughout the knockout competition last night, and he has started this season's knockout competition in the same way. Even though for me, Vinicius Jr. is the man of the match tonight because he was lively throughout the whole minutes. He was causing so much damage for that Liverpool defense all the time. They were really terrified of Vinicius tonight. He was terrorizing that Liverpool defense. Even though I felt like Trent did well enough against him, but overall, Vinicius's impact in the match totally gave us that attacking impetus that we needed to totally break Liverpool's defense to shreds. I expected Nacho to start in place of Rudy. I don't think Ancelotti will drop Rudiger because Rudiger is tall. He is really strong. I think um, Nacho is the fourth choice center back, but I feel like if we play Nacho in that right back role instead of Carvajal regularly, he will do a much better job than Carvajal is doing right now. I think we shouldn't replace Nacho with Rudiger in the center of the defense. If we want to replace Nacho, we can replace him either on the right back or on the left back as a full back because Alaba hasn't really impressed me as a full back. Kamavinga, when he replaced, when Alaba was injured, Kamavinga was a lot more impressive in the left back role than Alaba. So I don't really mind if Nacho takes one of the role in the right back or left back side. But in the center of defense, I think Rudiger and Militao is slowly but surely trying to get into a partnership. Just like last season, Militao and Alaba had a partnership. Rudiger and Militao are getting more understanding between each other. So I think I wouldn't be dropping Rudiger for Nacho, but I wouldn't mind if Nacho starts as a fullback on either side of Real Madrid. He is so reliable. I wouldn't really mind that. Hopeful that Vinny will lure Arnold for another yellow so he can miss second leg. But oh yeah, hope. Yeah, I think we don't really need to get. Um, and Trent is all right, but he will have his hands full with Vinicius most of the second leg too. Vinicius is such a live wire. He was on your face every single time, and he sometimes gets frustrated, but he doesn't get disheartened. He keeps going at it again and again and again. He is intense, and Trent will have his hands full with Vinicius. So I think that's a really good duel to see between Vinicius and Trent. And Benzema, yeah, Benzema gets a 9 from me. Vinicius gets a 9. He's the man of the match from me. And Rodrigo gets a 7. Rodrigo has been most of the match, to be honest, has been anonymous, but he did a good job in the fourth goal. He combined with Benzema well, and it's not really Rodrigo's fault when he is played on the right side of attack. His potential, his um, gameplay reduces by half. You do not see the real Rodrigo on the right hand side of Real Madrid's attack. Right wing isn't a role that I would play Rodrigo. But that was really surprising to see from Carlo Ancelotti, to be honest. But he vindicated himself. Carlo Ancelotti is always, of course, right here. He Real Madrid won the match 5-2, so it wasn't a mistake. But for Rodrigo, it wasn't a fun game, but he did his job well enough. He gets a 7 from me. Nacho, of course, gets a 7.5. And the substitute, Dani Ceballos, did his job. He gets a 6. Who else came on? Asensio really didn't do much. I wouldn't even rate him. He didn't do much. Tony Cruz almost made a mistake. So Tony Cruz, I don't know, gets a 6 for me, and that's the player ratings. So overall, really, really great result for Real Madrid, and we take this big lead into the Santiago Bernabeu, and hopefully, inshallah, we finish the job at the Bernabeu and mm, progress to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. After all the matches Vinny has played in every competition and getting fouled 6, 7 times in each match, he has an excellent fitness. Yeah, and his mentality is top notch. He's getting racially abused, he's getting abused by fans, he's getting abused by the opponents in La Liga. La Liga is a shit league. It's a racist fans all over the country. Oh man, abuse he's getting is totally over the top, and I am starting to hate La Liga. And after seeing that scandal that Barcelona has been paying the vice president of the technical committee of refereeing association from 2003 to 2018, I just don't feel like I just don't know how much fair. We remember the Mourinho era when Barcelona was getting so many unfair calls during Clásicos, during other stuff. And I just don't feel like, La Liga has totally lost its value to me. I don't even feel like watching La Liga matches much anymore. In Champions League, when I watch Champions League matches, I feel a lot of relief. And I watch more of the Premier League matches nowadays than La Liga matches because La Liga referees are shit, they are soft, and La Liga is just an asshole. La Liga board and the president Javier Tebas. So yeah, I am just getting off the topic here, but La Liga totally makes my blood boil right now. But that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, good night, wherever you were. See you next time. Hala Madrid.